Hello students, welcome to Target AES. Let us continue with module number 17 of our CPPM. This will be the last module of this subject and we are going to discuss engineering economy, or in SSC JEE language it is valuation. Okay, so this is important for your SSC JEE point of view, especially because we are going to discuss terms like depreciation, salvage value, scrap value. तो सारे इसी मॉड्यूल में हम पढ़ाई कर लेंगे. Definite question in your SSC JEE. In ESC, maybe there is a chance, but it will be very easy. Let us see how the questions will come later on. But introduction part is very simple. Simple interest, compound interest. These are the things which are being taught in your paper 1, right? Paper 1 of ESC. Like logical reasoning के नीचे आ जाता है. Everyone knows this formula and how to solve. And later on we have this cash flow diagrams, which is nothing but a diagrammatic representation of compound interest only. काफी easy रहेगा, no need to worry. Questions will not come from this. This is completely logical reasoning part. But let us see the things which are important for us, especially for ESC and SSC JEE point of view. Let us start with break-even analysis. Okay. After finishing the important part, I will go back and teach that simple interest, compound interest also once again. Now, coming to this topic, break-even analysis. Why do we need this break-even analysis? Let us try to understand. Can you see this diagram? Okay, so let us say you are starting some industry. Okay, let us say you have started one mobile phone industry. Okay, so you are manufacturing India brand mobile phones. These days we are running behind Chinese phones. Let us say you came up with an idea and started Indian brand some mobile phone. Okay, let us say Bharat mobile phones. Now what is happening? Let us try to understand. Even if you are not manufacturing single phone, obviously there will be certain amount of fixed cost associated with it. Okay, so this is number of phones and amount of money. See what is happening. Even if you don't manufacture anything, obviously there will be certain amount of fixed cost associated with it. Building का rent बनना है ना, like that you have to pay for your employees also. Agreed. Ads के लिए पैसे चाहिए. So there will be certain amount of fixed cost even if you manufacture or if you don't manufacture. Okay, so this is my fixed cost. I have to pay it. So what is happening if you are manufacturing each phone? With each phone obviously there will be a camera, there will be your screen, so there are battery, so there are certain items involved in it, right? So obviously you have to pay certain money for it. So with each phone there is a cost incurring. Agreed or not? So more the number of phones you have, more will be your cost incurred. So you will be getting one line, and this line I am naming it as your total cost line. Total cost line. So this line is combination of your fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, fixed cost plus variable cost. Okay, so total cost line आ गया. Now let us talk about your revenue line. Very important. So let me take this green color. Okay, so if you haven't sold even one phone, what will be your revenue? Your revenue will be zero. If you are selling zero phones, zero money you will be getting, right? But if you are selling more phones, obviously you will be getting more money. So this line will be passing through origin. Agreed or not? If you are selling more phones, you will be getting more money. But if you are not selling any phones, how much money you will be making? You will be making zero money. So it is passing through your origin. Now the very important point which you have to understand here is both your lines, your revenue line and total cost line are intercepting at one point, and this point I am naming it as break even point. Okay, so these many number of units I have to sell so that I won't be getting any loss. This point I am calling it as break even point. Let us say this is 1 lakh units. Okay, you have to sell 1 lakh cell phones so that you won't be getting any loss. If you sell anything more than this, okay, what is happening? Let us try to understand. I have sold more units. I have sold 1 lakh 25,000 units. Okay, 1.25 lakhs. So just draw a line and see what is happening here. Your revenue is more than your cost. So whatever here is there, that is nothing but your profit. Common sense की बात है. I hope you got it right. So if you are selling more units compared to that of break even point, you will be getting profit. Now if you are selling less units, what will happen? Obviously vice versa. क्या आ जाएगा? Loss आ जाएगा. Let us try to understand how much loss you are getting. So you have sold only 75,000 units. 75,000 units, draw the line for 75,000. You can clearly see this is your cost. ये था मेरा cost, ये है मेरा revenue. Your cost is more than money you have collected, so obviously what you got loss. Okay, so what is the advantage of this break even point? It gives you idea how many units you have to sell so that you can make profit. Here there are two things you have to understand. One is angle of incidence theta. So if theta is more, your rate of profit will also be more. Okay, क्या हो रहा है? Rate of profit बढ़ रहा है. Okay, so why? Obviously let us try to understand. If your price is more, okay, if your selling price is more and people are buying it, okay, so people are buying it but your selling price is more, so what is happening? You will be getting your revenue line like this. Okay, if your selling price was less, obviously किस तरह से रहेगा? आपका रेवेन्यू लाइन कुछ इस तरह से रहेगा. ओके, अग्रीड और नॉट? योर रेवेन्यू लाइन स्लोप विल बी लेस, अग्रीड. बट एज यू आर सेलिंग एट अ हायर प्रॉफिट, मीन्स हायर प्राइस, ऑब्वियसली योर रेवेन्यू विल बी मोर. ओके, अपना टोटल कॉस्ट लाइन कुछ इस तरह से था. सो व्हाट हैपेंड? योर थीटा वैल्यू इज मोर इन दिस केस. ओके, इफ आई हैड अ फ्लैटर आर कर्व, ओके, इफ माई रेवेन्यू लाइन वॉज फ्लैट, देन यू कैन क्लियरली सी यहाँ पे थीटा वैल्यू क्या है? कम है कंपेयर टू दिस, अग्रीड और नॉट? देख के कह सकते हो हियर एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस इज more. That means if your theta angle of incidence is more, that means the rate at which you will be earning profit will also be more once you have crossed this break even point. समझ में आ गया ना concept? So if you are crossing break even point, then if the theta is more, then your rate of profit will also be more. And second thing what people also have to think about is margin of safety. Margin of safety. What is the meaning of margin of safety? See, if you are obviously keeping this Bharat mobile phones, you won't be selling exactly 1 lakh mobile phones, right? हर कोई को थोड़ा प्रॉफिट चाहिए, so you will be aiming at a bigger number to be on a safe side, to earn certain amount of money. You will be keeping in mind I have to sell 2 lakh phones. Okay, so what is this? This is your margin of safety. इतना तो आप टारगेट रखना है आपको. Okay, I hope you got the point, right? So this is about break even point, break even analysis, and the same concept is even applied in our real estate. Okay, if you want to construct some apartments, okay, how many apartments it should have, how many apartments you will be able to sell, so everything you have to make sure, think about it, and only start your business. I hope you got the concept right. समझ में आ गया concept what is about this break even chart. So it signifies that at a particular point in business, total revenue is equals to total cost. So what is that point? We call it as break even point. Okay, it also signifies volume of output at which there is no loss, no output. Okay, so what is it signifying? Break even point, it is signifying volume of output at which I am not getting any profit and I am not getting any loss. Okay, so next, angle of incidence. I have told you if theta is more, your rate of profit is more. It is difference of angle between your revenue line and total cost curve. And margin of safety, I have told you, right, more the margin of safety, better it would be, right? So it is defined as difference of total volume of output and break even point expressed as percentage of total volume of output. It represents amount of profit. So more the MOS, more the margin of safety, more will be your profit. If a business have to be successful, then obviously your theta and MOS should be as high as possible for that company. As simple as that. Okay, so let us get into this depreciation. एक दो bit यहाँ पे बाकी है. Let us see that also. Break even chart does not give relationship of revenue and cost with respect to time. Let us be very clear. This break even chart is only for amount versus volume of output. It has nothing to do with time. Okay, ये याद रखना है आपको. It is decision making tool in hands of management. Okay, very important decision making tool. यहाँ से ही हमको clarity आता है whether you have to go into that business or not. Okay, now let us talk about depreciation. Let us say you have purchased one car. Okay, ये कार कब खरीदा? Let us say, just for example, you have purchased this car in 2017. Okay, so this car costed you around 10 lakhs. Now you want to sell it in 2020. Okay, So will you get 10 lakhs back? No, right? कोई नहीं देगा आपको 10 लाख वापस. So if you want to sell second hand, or hardly you will be getting somewhere around 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs. Agreed or not? So what happened to this 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs? It is gone. It is your loss in value, right? So this loss in value, I am calling it as depreciation. I hope you got it right. It is loss in value of an asset with passage of time. See, same car if you want to sell in 2025, क्या ये 6-7 लाख देगी? No, right? It will give even less. Like मुश्किल से 3 लाख 2 लाख भी मिलना मुश्किल हो जाता है. I hope you got the point right. With passage of time, your value is decreasing, and this decrease I am calling it as depreciation. A reserve fund should be created to realize the cost of an asset at end of its life, and it should not be confused with profit. See, for doing business ये point काफ़ी important रहता है, आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. For example, let us say इसी कार से मैं कैब सर्विस चला रहा हूँ. Okay, I am running this car as a cab. So I am investing 10 lakh rupees, right? I am investing 10 lakh rupees. So monthly I am making around 50,000 rupees after fuel cost, after giving to driver, whatever, right? So I am getting in hand 50,000 rupees per month. So this 15,000 rupees is not my exact profit, because what is happening, I have invested 10 lakh rupees. So after 5 years I want to sell this. Let us say I have a plan of doing this business for only 5 years. So after 5 years when I am selling this car, I am getting only 5 lakh. So what is happening to that 5 lakh? My 5 lakh is lost, because I am getting only 5 lakh rupees for this car, right? So remaining 5 lakh is gone. So that 5 lakh whatever is gone, right, you have to take care in your profit only, क्योंकि वो तो तुम्हारा ही पैसा था ना भाई. समझ आ रहा है ना? So don't take this 50,000 as your profit. You have to make sure that this 5 lakh is also covered. So hardly like you should take like 20,000 per month or 10,000 per month from your profit, and this whatever money is there, right, that is your actual profit. I hope you got the logic. Now let us see what are the different types of depreciation we have. There are 3 types of depreciation. One is physical depreciation. Okay, so obviously you are using this car, तो ये कार का थोड़े बहुत डैमेज होगा ना, वेयर एंड टेयर रहेगा टायरों का. अग्रीड और नॉट? सो ऑब्वियसली ड्यू टू द वेयर एंड टेयर ऑफ द असेट, द प्रॉपर्टी ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, ड्यू टू वाइब्रेशन, अब्रेशन, इम्पैक्ट एंड केमिकल रिएक्शन, ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा पेंट वेंट भी जाएगा ना बारिश पड़ने से. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट राइट. सो दिस all are resulting in physical depreciation. Okay, एग्जाम्पल आप कोरोजन ऑफ पाइप, कंस्ट्रक्शन इक्विपमेंट, कुछ भी कर लो. यहाँ पे हम कार ले रहे हैं ना, सो लेट अस टॉक इन लैंग्वेज ऑफ कार ओनली. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज फंक्शनल डिप्रिसिएशन. ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. इट इज़ ऑफ्टन कॉल्ड obsolescence. See, you have seen the example of car. You bought this car in 2017. Then the BS4 models were running. Now what happened in 2020? गवर्नमेंट से मित्रों 20,020 से सिर्फ BS6 के गाड़ियाँ चलेंगे. So what happened? Obviously these cars lost its value. Now if you want to sell, let us say in 2022 your target was I will sell this 10 lakh car for 5 lakh. Okay, but now what happened in 2020? BS6 came. Now if you want to sell in 2022 2021, it doesn't matter, you will not be getting this much amount of money. प्रैक्टिकल ही नहीं है, 2 लाख आएगा मुश्किल से. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट राइट. सो दिस डिप्रिसिएशन इज बिकॉज ऑफ एब्सोलेसेंस. ओके, आपको कुछ भी नहीं भी मिल सकता है, इट्स अप टू इट राइट. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग द मैटर. सो इट इज लॉस इन वैल्यू ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी ड्यू टू चेंज इन फैशन, डिजाइन और ड्यू टू इनएडिक्वेसी टू मीट ग्रोइंग डिमांड, और नेसेसिटी ऑफ रिप्लेसमेंट ड्यू टू न्यू इन्वेंशन. सो न्यू इन्वेंशन हो गया तो ऑब्वियसली द पुराना वाला जो भी है उसका तो चले जाएगा ना, इंपॉर्टेंस चले जाएगा. आई होप यू गॉट द पॉइंट. नेक्स्ट इज कंटिजेंट डिप्रिसिएशन. सी, व्हेन इट कम्स टू कंटिजेंट डिप्रिसिएशन, यू हैव दिस गुड कार. ओके, यू थॉट लाइक यू विल बी गेटिंग लाइक 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs कार 5 लाख में बिक जाएगी इफ़ यू वांट टू सेल इट. बट व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंड इज एक्सीडेंट हो गया उसका. ओके, सो नाउ द पीपल विल कम फॉरवर्ड टू बाई इट फॉर 5 lakhs. नो राइट, उसका वैल्यू तो घट गया है. सो सिमिलरली व्हाट हैपेंड due to the any accidents or due to disasters or due to diminution of supply. For example, आपकी कार चलती थी let us say डीजल पे, एंड गवर्नमेंट ने डीजल के ऊपर 20 रुपये एक्स्ट्रा टैक्स लगा दिया, मेकिंग इट मोस्ट कॉस्टलीस्ट फ्यूल. तो क्या हो गया? कंटिजेंट डिप्रिसिएशन हो गया. ड्यू टू एक्सीडेंट, डिजास्टर और डिमिनिशन ऑफ सप्लाई, जनरली यू विल बी गेटिंग इनटू this category of depreciation. Okay, I hope you got it right. Next is salvage value. See, at the end of your life, I mean not your life पापा, आपका जो property है ना उसका life. See, you might have thought like your utility period of that car is 5 years. Okay, similarly at the value of that car at the end of the utility period, right, we are calling it as salvage value. I hope you are getting the point, right? So it is the value of property at the end of its utility period without being dismantled. मैंने जो कहा 10 लाख की कार 5 लाख में भेज देगा in 2022, so this whatever 5 years gap we are calling it as utility period, and without dismantling this car as it is, जो कार भेज के कितना कमा रहा है ना, उसे हम कहते हैं salvage value. Salvage value implies the property has further utility. See, in 2022 if someone is buying this car, obviously वो अपने पर्पस के लिए यूज कर रहा है ना, so he can still use that car. Salvage value implies property has further utility. The buyer can further use the machine as it is. Okay, if machinery was well taken care, then what will happen? Salvage value will increase. See, imagine you have two cars, one car which is very well maintained, okay, and other car which is not that maintained. Okay, so कौन सा कार खरीदोगे आप? Automatically the car which is very well maintained, right? So the machine whichever is well taken care of, उसका salvage value ज़्यादा रहेगा, उसे 5 लाख 6 लाख मिल जाएगा. If you haven't taken proper care, obviously उसके कम दाम मिलेगा. Okay, next is scrap value. Okay, so scrap value क्या है? It has no further utility period, then its value will be scrap value. Scrap किसे कहते हैं? Useless things को scrap कहते हैं ना. So the value of a property realized when it becomes absolutely useless except for sale as junk, we call it as scrap value. So अब कार का कोई यूज नहीं रहा है, मैक्सिमम आप क्या कर सकते हो? डिसमेंटल करके किलो के हिसाब से आप भेज सकते हो. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज स्क्रैप वैल्यू. यूटिलिटी ऑफ दैट आर्टिकल इज जीरो, अब फर्दर यूज नहीं कर सकते हो. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज स्क्रैप वैल्यू. नाउ लेट अस सी दिस बुक वैल्यू. काफी इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है. सी, आई हैव टोल्ड यू I have bought a car of 10 lakhs in 2017. Okay, and I am expecting when I sell it back after my utility period of 5 years, in 2022 I will be getting back 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so its value is decreasing every year, right? 2017 से 2018 थोड़ा वैल्यू गिरेगा, 2018 से 2019 थोड़ा वैल्यू गिरेगा. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट राइट. गिरते गिरते 5 साल में हो जाएगा 5 लाख रुपीज. आई होप यू गॉट द पॉइंट हियर. सो व्हाट इज द बुक वैल्यू? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ही वॉन्ट्स टू सेल इट इन 2018 itself. How much price he will be getting? He will be getting somewhere around 8-10 lakhs easily, right? So book value gives you value of that property in any year in this utility period. Okay, so value of property in account book in that particular year, we will be calling it as book value. Okay, so original cost minus total depreciation till that year. For example, if you want to find your book value in 2020, that is 3 years after usage, 2019 से 2017 से 18, 18 से 19, 19 से 20. Okay, so you will be subtracting your original cost, whatever you got 10 lakhs, minus the depreciation for that 3 years. Okay, 2017 to 2020 you will be getting book value, the value which you can get in market when you are going to sell that in 2020, you will be getting, as simple as that. So now here formula आएगा, that's why I am naming some things. Okay, so method of calculating depreciation, let us study this, very important. You have to understand your depreciation is never constant. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि 10 लाख की गाड़ी नेक्स्ट ईयर आप भेजना चाहते हो तो 9 लाख आ जाएगा, एंड 2019 आप भेजना चाहते हो तो 8 लाख आएगा, एंड 2020 आप भेजना चाहते हो तो 7 लाख आएगा. नो, इट वोंट बी लाइक दिस फिक्सड. यू नो इट राइट, दिस इज नॉट प्रैक्टिकल. सो डिप्रिसिएशन थोड़ा अलग ही गेम खेलता है. ओके, सो 10 lakhs कार if you want to sell second hand, obviously next year you will be getting only 8 lakhs. Okay, so in 2018 you are getting only 8 lakhs. In 2019 might be you will be getting some 7,50,000. ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, right? So if you are aware of this, go and search online, you will be getting a rough idea that it doesn't work at a fixed rate. Okay, that's why we have to calculate depreciation. There are several methods of calculating depreciation. There are some goods which show this fixed pattern also, but mostly in market you won't be having fixed pattern. So that's why we are studying this. So for that study I am giving some names. Okay, my initial cost of the asset, that is in 2017 when I buy it, what was my initial cost? It was 10 lakhs, right? So 10 lakhs will be my initial cost. Okay, next is salvage cost. Salvage cost is the cost which I am expecting at the end of utility period. Okay, CS can be your salvage cost or scrap value also, it is up to you. If it is of no use, इट विल बी स्क्रैप वैल्यू. ओके, अगर आप यूज़ कर सकते हो उसके बाद भी इट विल बी सैल्वेज वैल्यू, एज सिंपल एज दैट, राइट? सो इन माई एग्जाम्पल आई एम टेकिंग इट एज सैल्वेज वैल्यू ओनली. अच्छा चलाया था आपने, मेंटेन भी अच्छा किया था, पीपल आर इंटरेस्टेड टू बाई इन 2022. आफ्टर 5 years you are going to get around like 5 lakhs. Okay, so 5 lakhs is your salvage value. Next, life of asset. Life of asset कितना है, यूटिलिटी पीरियड कितना था इसका, 5 साल था, so that will be 5 years here. And what is the book value at the end of period of m, यानी m years के बाद क्या आएगा book value, that will be bm. Okay, so I hope you got it right. So to get bm आपको क्या करना चाहिए, your investment, original investment whatever was there 10 lakhs minus whatever depreciation you incurred up to that m years. Okay, you will be calculating and getting your answer. Okay, so let us see the first method, straight line method. So obviously here I am assuming what, लॉस ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी इज कांस्टेंट एवरी ईयर. 2000 से 18 कितना घटेगा, 2019 भी उतना ही घटेगा, 2019 से 2020 भी उतना ही घटेगा. ओके, प्रॉपर्टी अज्यूम टू लूज वैल्यू एट कांस्टेंट अमाउंट एवरी ईयर. what will be the depreciation at depreciation of m years? Let us try to calculate. So how to get depreciation when it is decreasing at a constant rate? Very simple. My initial cost, let us say it was 10 lakhs. Okay, and my salvage value, it was like 5 lakhs, and I have told you my utility period is for 5 years. So what is the depreciation rate? The depreciation rate is very simple, CI minus CS by N. कितना कम रहा है हर साल? वेरी सिंपल यार, 10 लाख माइनस 5 लाख डिवाइडेड बाय 5 साल में कमा था तो आपका डिप्रिसिएशन आ जाएगा. सो इन दिस एग्जाम्पल 10 माइनस 5/5, इट वॉज नथिंग बट 5/5 which is 1 lakh. Okay, so depreciation per year is 1 lakh. So how to get your book value at the end of some m years? Let us say in 2020 you want to sell. What will be the book value? Your initial cost was 10 lakhs and the depreciation per year कितना था, 1 lakh है. So 2020 यानी how many years m value कितना होगा? m value in 2017 your time was 0. In 2020 you want to sell, so your time is 3 years, so your m value is 3 here. So minus 3 into depreciation amount. Depreciation कितना आया आंसर? CI minus CS by N, which was 1 lakh in our example. So 10 minus 3 is 7 lakh. So my car will be sold at 7 lakh. If in market there is straight line method, then I will be getting around 7 lakh. That's how you can calculate. Now the comes very important bit. ये important नहीं है. Now the important bit here is rate of depreciation. So how much rate of depreciation is there? You can clearly see the rate of depreciation is inversely proportional to n. Very important, your depreciation is inversely proportional to n. When it comes to straight line method, give it 10 star. So this type of questions come in your SSC JE and also ESC. So rate of depreciation in straight line method, answer you have to select directly proportional to n or n square 1 by n or 1 by n square. The answer will be, it will be directly proportional to 1 by n और इन्वर्सली दिया है तो इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू सिर्फ n आप टिक करके आओगे. ओके, आई नो ही कैन प्ले विद दैट लॉजिक, राइट? सो प्लीज बी केयरफुल. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज डिक्लाइनिंग बैलेंस मेथड. So here it is decreasing at constant percentage. Okay, instead of constant value, now it is decreasing at a constant percentage. Let us say 10% decrease होता आ रहा है. So what happened in 2017? It lost its value. It was 10 lakhs, right? In 2018, how much it will lose? It will lose 10% of it, that is 9 lakhs. Okay, now in 2019, how much it will lose? It will lose again same percentage, 10%. So 10% of 9 lakhs कितना हो जाएगा? It will be 90,000. So 8.1 lakh आ जाएगा. Okay, something like this. Now we are talking about decrease in constant percentage. Okay, I hope you got it. So property is assumed to lose value at constant percentage, and we are introducing one new term, FDB, which stands for fixed declining balance. Okay, because it is declining balance method, right? So I am talking about fixed declining balance. It is decreasing at a constant percentage. Okay, fixed percentage of depreciation को हम fixed declining balance भी कहते हैं, and it is also called as fixed factor of declining method. It is up to declining balance method. नाम देख के आप समझ जा सकते हो ना, नॉट अ बिग डील. ओके, सो लेट अस ट्राई टू कैलकुलेट व्हाट इज माय डिप्रिसिएशन एट द एंड ऑफ फर्स्ट ईयर. माय डिप्रिसिएशन एट द एंड ऑफ फर्स्ट ईयर विल बी वेरी सिंपल. इट विल बी CI इनटू फिक्स्ड दिस फैक्टर ऑफ डिक्लाइनिंग मेथड. FDB मल्टीप्लाई कर लेना, आपको अपना डिप्रिसिएशन आ जाएगा ऑफ फर्स्ट ईयर. So what will be the book value at the end of first year? That will be nothing but CI minus whatever depreciation you occurred, CI into FDB. As simple as that. So you will be getting your book value. Okay, now let us see what is happening. What will be the depreciation for the second year now? Very simple. Book value कितना है आपका? CI minus CI into FDB. You can take CI common, you will get 1 minus FDB. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द डिप्रिसिएशन फॉर सेकेंड ईयर? एज सिंपल एज दैट. फर्स्ट स्टेप में आपने क्या किया था, यू हैव जस्ट मल्टीप्लाइड विद द वैल्यू इंटू एफ डी बी. यहाँ पे भी वही करोगे, इंटू एफ डी बी कर लोगे. ओके, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट. सो इफ यू आर मल्टीप्लाइंग दिस, what you will be getting? CI FDB minus FDB square. Okay, so now what will be the book value at the end of second year? Book value at the end of second year, so book value at the end of first year, CI into 1 minus FDB minus depreciation of second year, which is this value. Okay, CI into FDB minus FDB square. अगर आप subtract करके देखोगे, what you will be getting? You will be getting CI into 1 minus FDB whole square. How? Let us try to calculate. Okay, calculate करके देख लेंगे so that आपको डाउट नहीं रहना चाहिए. So what is the value of this? CI minus CI FDB. Okay, what is this value? It is nothing but CI FDB plus CI FDB square. FDB square. So what you are doing? You are just this you can see, right? So minus minus है तो आपको क्या आ जाएगा? minus 2 CI FDB आ जाएगा. So it is clearly in the form of, you can take it as 1 square here, right? So it is clearly in the form of A minus B whole square. So A is 1 here and your B value is FDB. So I am writing as 1 minus FDB whole square. Okay, so similarly if you continue for third year, you will be getting CI into 1 minus FDB whole cube. Similarly if you want to continue for n years, your book value at the end of n years will be CI 1 minus FDB whole to the power of n. Simple है concept, समझ में आ गया ना? So you have not faced any difficulty. So the question can come, what is FDB value? So how to get it? See, at the end of n years, your book value, what it will be called as? At the end of utility period, that will be your salvage value only, right? So I can write CS is equals to CI into 1 minus FDB whole to the power of n. What will be your FDB? It is nothing but CS by CI whole to the power of 1 by n. 1 माइनस आएगा ना, तो ये यहाँ पे भिजा दो. व्हाट विल बी गेटिंग? एफ डी बी इज इक्वल्स टू 1 माइनस सी एस बाई सी आई होल टू द पावर ऑफ 1 बाई एन. एज सिंपल एज दैट. सो दिस इज वैल्यू ऑफ एफ डी बी. यू नीड नॉट रिमेंबर एनी सच थिंग. आपको कुछ टेंशन नहीं लेना है. only you remember this simple straight line wala formula, more than enough. And here you directly remember this formula which stands for this. Okay, CS is equals to CI FDB whole to the 1 minus FDB whole to the power of n. अगर ये आप याद रख लेते हो, more than enough है, आपके प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा. इससे ज़्यादा नहीं पूछा जाएगा. ओके, दिस मेथड कांट बी यूज्ड फॉर salvage value is 0. See, obviously if salvage value is 0, you cannot use this method, because what will be your FDB? FDB will be 1 minus something 0 by something. Okay, so what is happening? It is getting 0 and you are getting value as 1. FDB value 1 हो ही नहीं सकता. It should be something less than that, right? So I hope you are getting the point. So it is not used when your salvage value is becoming 0. Next is double declining balance method. So previously we have seen fixed declining balance method. Now we are seeing double declining balance method. In this property, we will lose value annually by fixed factor of book value. Previously we used to lose at fixed factor of our investment, but now we are losing at fixed factor of our book value. No need to remember anything. This FDDB now we will be getting, because it is double declining balance, right? Fixed double declining balance. So FDDB आ जाएगा, fixed factor for double declining balance method, and it is taken as double of straight line method. आपको कुछ ज़्यादा पढ़ाई करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली बिट है. So FDDB is nothing but double of that straight line method. So in straight line method, what was your depreciation? Your depreciation was directly proportional to 1 by n. राइट, याद आ गया ना. सो हमारा यहाँ पे एफ डी डी बी कितना हो जाएगा? इट विल बी 2 by n. एज सिंपल एज दैट. सो योर डिप्रिसिएशन इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 2 by n here, और यू कैन डायरेक्टली से योर फैक्टर इज 2 by n. तो इतना कर लीजिएगा, काफ़ी है. वी हैव कवर्ड ऑल द एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ डिप्रिसिएशन. इतना डिटेल में कोई आपको पढ़ाएगा नहीं. ओके, सो नाउ लेट अस सी वन क्वेश्चन विच वाज आस्क्ड इन ESE 2019, so that you will be perfect. Initial cost is 2 lakhs. So what is my CI value? 2 lakhs. Salvage value is 50,000. That is my CS is 50,000, or I can write it as 0.5 lakh. At the end of 5 years, so what is n value? N value is 5 years. The rate of straight line depreciation and total depreciation will be, okay, the rate of straight line depreciation pucha. What is he asking? The rate of depreciation is nothing but 1 by n, right? याद आ गया ना, रेट ऑफ डिप्रिसिएशन 1 by n. सो 1 by how many years we have? 5 years. So your rate of depreciation is 0.2. And total depreciation he is asking. Total depreciation तो काफ़ी सिंपल है भाई. What is total depreciation? Your initial investment minus your salvage value. Okay, so initial investment कितना? 2 lakhs है आपका. इसमें से 50,000 रुपये आपको मिल रहा है एट द एंड ऑफ योर 5 years. ओके, सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, हाउ मच यू लॉस्ट इन दिस टाइम, यू आर लूजिंग 1.5 lakhs. सो दैट विल बी योर टोटल डिप्रिसिएशन. ओके, एज सिंपल एज दैट. समझ में आ गया, परफेक्ट हो गया हो ना आप. नाउ लेट अस सी द टॉप पार्ट ऑल्सो वंस. Let us see this engineering economy now. Why am I teaching this topic? Obviously it is in syllabus, that's why I am teaching it. Of course question नहीं आ रहे इसमें से, but it is in syllabus, that's why I am covering it. But second thing is, it is very important in your life. Okay, this part will change your perspective of investment, whether you are investing in some mutual fund or insurance scheme or bank fixed deposit. This part will give you a rough idea whether you are doing it correct or wrong. काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज आफ्टर दिस ईयर most possibly you will be getting into ESC or you will be getting into good PSUs, you will be making ton of money, you will be investing it somewhere, right? Mutual fund, insurance schemes, banking schemes. So obviously you will start investing. I have also started investing recently only. From last year I am investing in mutual funds also. Similarly you will also start. So you have to make sure whether you are in profit or loss. How? That will be thought in detail in engineering economy. आप पूछ सकते हो सर सिविल इंजीनियरिंग से क्या रिलेटेड है. सी ऑब्वियसली इट इज़ रिलेटेड बाबा. वेन एवर यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सिविल इंजीनियरिंग इट इन्वॉल्व्स लॉट ऑफ मनी. सो इंजीनियरिंग इकोनॉमिक्स आ गया. एट द सेम टाइम फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू वांट टू रिनोवेट सर्टेन ओल्ड बिल्डिंग, ओके, सो इट विल कॉस्ट यू सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, राइट? सो on paper you will feel renovating will be benefit to you, but actually is it beneficial or not? We have to go for in-depth analysis that I am going to teach you now. आज के बाद आप एक परफेक्ट क्या हो बिल्डर टाइप बन जाओगे. ओके, सो यू विल बी हैविंग लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज रिलेटेड टू कंस्ट्रक्शन और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट दिस टॉपिक. ऑब्वियसली देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. वन इज सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, अदर इज कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में आपको कम पैसा मिलेगा, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में आपको ज़्यादा पैसा मिलेगा, एज यू आर अवेयर ऑफ. ओके, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग में कहा क्या था ना, योर फॉर्मूला इज वेरी सिंपल. योर सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इज P into I into N. So what is the amount? For example, you are investing 1 lakh rupees, so your principal is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, let us say rate of interest which you are getting in the simple interest is 10%. So always you have to write in digits, so it will be 0.1. And number of years, let us say you are investing for 5 years. Okay, so what will be your total interest which you are getting on this 1 lakh rupees? So your simple interest will be PIN. So that is nothing but 1 lakh 100,000 into I 0.1 into 5. 0.1 into 5 is 0.5. 0.5 into 1 lakh is 50,000. Okay, so you got your simple interest. Agreed or not? See, this is your interest whatever you are getting on your 1 lakh. So what is your money which you are getting at the end of 5 years? That will be 1 lakh plus 50,000 which is 1 lakh 50,000. Okay, अगर आप किसी स्कीम में इन्वेस्ट करते हो जो आपको सिंपल इंटरेस्ट 10% दे रहा है, so you will be getting 1 lakh 50,000 at the end of 5 years. Now let us see the concept of compound interest. एक compound interest में ना पैसा थोड़ा ज़्यादा मिलता है, because obviously the interest whichever you are getting, see in first year how much interest you are getting, 10%, यानी 1 lakh 10,000 हो गया आपका प्रिंसिपल, राइट? तो इसके ऊपर आपको इंटरेस्ट फिर कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. प्रीवियसली व्हाट यूज्ड टू डू, इट डजंट मैटर, जस्ट फॉर्मूला इज P into I into N. You are just multiplying with your principal amount. That's why the value was less. But now you have to include whatever money you are gaining every year, right? उसका भी आप interest बनाओगे. That's why you will be getting more profit. I hope you are getting the point, right? So that's about compound interest. Interest that is charged over the principal amount as well as interest that is accumulated upon particular period of time. What was the formula? Do you remember? Your total was your amount whatever you are investing plus 1 plus I interest rate whole to the power of n. याद आ गया ना? ये बेसिकली लॉजिकल रीजनिंग में आपको पढ़ाते हैं. सो लाइक दिस यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट. ऑब्वियसली अगर आप कैलकुलेट करोगे यूर 1 लाख इंटू 1 प्लस आई वैल्यू कितना 1 लाख लिख लेते हैं डिटेल से. ओके, सो 100,000 इंटू 1 प्लस आई रेट लेट अस से सेम आपको 0.1 मिल रहा है. ओके, 0.1 whole to the power of n. n is 5 years. So 1 lakh into 1.1 whole to the power of 5 करके देख लेना. Obviously it will be more than 1,50,000. Let us do. Okay, करके देखते हैं एक बार. So 1.1 whole to the power of 5. So how much you got? 1.61, right? Into हमारा 1 लाख रुपये. So how much you are getting? 1,61,050. So obviously if you are investing same amount in some compound interest scheme, you will be getting 1,61,000 rupees instead of 1,50,000 rupees. तो आपका 11,000 ज़्यादा आ गया ना. So obviously people who are investing they will go for compound interest schemes only. तो कॉमन सेंस की बात है, ये तो सिंपल पार्ट है. अब आएगा यार इंजीनियरिंग एस्पेक्ट में आएंगे. ये तो सिंपल सी बात थी. सी सो फार दिस इज़ लाइक वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट इन म्यूचुअल फंड्स और वट एवर स्कीम्स, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स आप देख लो या बैंकिंग स्कीम्स देख लो. देर विल बी टू थिंग्स क्लियरली, मंथली एस आई पीस एंड यूर वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट. ओके, अगर आप वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दिया, वो 1 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट आपने कर दिया, आफ्टर 10 years हाउ मच मनी यू आर गेटिंग, और 5 years वट एवर अमाउंट यू आर गेटिंग, ये आपने लॉजिकल रीजनिंग कर लिया था. The formula was very simple also, just like I have calculated above, well and good. But problem आती है when you are doing this monthly SIPs. ओके, अब देखो क्या हो रहा है. ऑब्वियसली ऑल द स्कीम्स वॉट एवर आर देयर, राइट, मेजॉरिटी दे विल बी ऑन दिस compound interest schemes only. Now what you are doing, you are investing per month, let us say 5,000 rupees. Okay, so per month 5,000, per month 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, and this you are continuing for 10 years. So what will be your value of money which you are getting at the period of n years? That calculation is little bit complicated now. Agreed or not? तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? 5,000 you are investing now. What is the value of f after n years? Of course compound interest का फॉर्मूला आप लगा लोगे. ओके, 5,000 into 1 plus i whole to the power of n, आपको वैल्यू आएगा. प्लस आपको क्या करना है? 5,000 into 1 plus i इंटू n माइनस वन, बिकॉज आप यहाँ से शुरू कर रहे हो ना, n माइनस वन करना पड़ेगा. प्लस 5 इंटू फॉर दिस वैल्यू इंटू 1 plus i होल टू द पावर ऑफ n माइनस टू सो ऑन. आप सारे वैल्यूज ऐड करोगे तो आपका f वैल्यू आ जाएगा. आई होप यू गॉट इट राइट. सो लाइक दिस यू कैन डू, और देर इज वन फॉर्मूला ऑल्सो विच आई विल टीच यू. यू कैन यूज दैट फॉर्मूला एंड गेट f वैल्यू. ओके, सो अगर आप ये दो कर लोगे तो चैप्टर खत्म हो गया है. ओके, सो नाउ लेट अस टॉक अबाउट अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट विच इज टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी. Very important concept. Whenever you are dealing with civil engineering projects, obviously you have to take care of time value of money, because money will not have same value over the time. For example, see, I am giving you 1,000 rupees in 2020. So how much I have given you? I have given you 1,000 rupees. So obviously it is a good amount of pocket money for you. Agreed or not? But if I am giving you same pocket money in 2050, okay, same 1,000 rupees दे रहा हूँ, you might not get same amount of goods what you are getting in 2020 with 1,000 rupees. Agreed or not? Or let us go back in time. Time machine ले लो. Let us go back in time. And with the same 1,000 rupees in 2000 क्या हो जाएगा? 2020 minus 30 which will be 1990. Okay, you might be having a luxurious time with this pocket money in 1990. Agreed or not? वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अमाउंट था. If you want to go 30 years even back, 1960, if I am giving you 1,000 rupees, you will be considered as super rich, right? Pocket money आपको मैंने 1,000 rupees दे रहा है तो obviously you will be like super rich guy in your society, because monthly salary नहीं रहती थी 1960s पे 1,000 rupees for a very good job also. Okay, समझ में आ गया ना आपको concept? So same amount of 1,000 rupees does not have same value over the time. I hope it is very clear for you. Agreed or not? So what is time value of money? It signifies the same amount of money at different point of time does not have same value. Its value over the time will be decreasing in general. For you, if you are taking India, it is following this decreasing pattern only. Okay, so cash flow diagram. What is this cash flow diagram? See, a very simple diagram which denotes whether the money is coming into you or going out of you is called as cash flow diagram. As simple as that. Okay, for example, आप एक कहीं पे भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. यू वांट टू अप्लाई इट इन सम स्कीम. ओके, वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट आप कर रहे हो, लेट अस से 1 lakh. ओके, ऑफ 1 lakh rupees. After n years, after 10 years, how much amount you are going to get? F you can represent like this also. This is your cash diagram for that particular scheme. Or you can invest like this also. 5,000 आप मंथली पे कर रहे हो, सो 5,000 5,000 5,000 5,000 you are giving and at the end you are getting some big amount, right? So this will be your cash flow diagram for this type of schemes. Okay, or you can generally do it for your expenses, profits and loss also. For example, you are running one company, you got certain generally denotation क्या रहता है? Coming in money, whatever money coming into you, right, that will be denoted upwards, and whatever money which is going out, right, that will be denoted downward arrow. So for example, you are in loss very first year, तो आप एक डाउनवर्ड एरो डाल लोगे एंड लिख लोगे कि 5,000 यहाँ पे मुझे लॉस आ गया. ओके, एंड नेक्स्ट you are getting some profit, you are making some money, you got some money, so you will be writing in the second year you got some 10,000 rupees here. Okay, that means 10,000 rupees came into you. Okay, so far you can draw these cash flow diagrams for numerical number of things. I hope it is very clear, right? So a bit can be asked, so coming in is represented by which arrow, upward arrow or downward arrow? So the money which is coming in is represented by upward arrow, which represents the receipts or benefits, whereas going out of the system it is represented by downward arrow, it represents the cost which you are facing. Okay, so there are some notations in cash flow diagram. Cash flow diagram से ही हम बात करेंगे in engineering economy. So obviously there should be some denotations. I, annual interest rate. N, number of annual interest periods, यानी number of years you are investing this. P, present sum of money, and F, future sum of money. See why these terms are important for us. Future sum of money, present sum of money. See whenever you are investing in some schemes, let us say आपका पास एक इंश्योरेंस एजेंट आ गया, सर मेरे पास एक बढ़िया सा स्कीम है, आपको क्या करना है, बस एवरी मंथ आपको इन्वेस्ट करना है अमाउंट ऑफ 10,000 रुपीज़. ओके, तो साल के कितने हो गए सर? साल के हो गए सिर्फ 1,20,000 रुपया. ओके, आप मेरे पास 10 साल के लिए इन्वेस्ट करो तो कितना दे रहे हो आप? 12 लाख रुपया. अग्रीड. सो एट द एंड ऑफ 10 years you are paying that insurance agent 12 lakh rupees and the insurance agent is saying सर अब बस मुझे इतना पे कीजिएगा, मैं आपको 20 लाख रुपया दे दूंगा. ठीक है, एट द एंड ऑफ 10 years I will pay you 20 lakh rupees. Seeing this the people will be happy. अरे यार, I'm just paying him 12 lakh rupees but he is giving me 20 lakh rupees. So obviously it's a good deal, right? So people will start investing in insurance schemes. But actually you have to think, will this 20 lakhs which I am going to get in 2030 will have the same worth in 2020 or not? So you have to calculate what is the present value of it. Inflation rate जो भी है आप उसके हिसाब से calculate कर लोगे present value, and it comes to you like 14 lakh rupees. Okay, so actually this 20 lakh whatever you are getting in 2030, right, it has a present value of just 14 lakh rupees in 2020. तो आप calculate करोगे. See, if I am giving in some banks I might be also making same amount of money, or if I am investing in some other schemes, okay, I might be getting even more money. तो इस तरह से आप calculate कर लेके final decision पे पहुंचोगे whether you have to invest in it or you should not invest in it. Okay, I hope you got the clarity, right? So this is about this cash flow diagram, this is about this compound interesting, and this is about engineering economy. It is all about reducing your future value to the present value and compare it with the amount you are investing. Now let us draw this diagram so that it will be very easily understandable to you. इंटरेस्ट फॉर्मूला फॉर सिंगल पेमेंट सीरीज. ओके, वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल आपने एफडी करवा लिया है, you have paid certain amount of money, let us say 1 lakh. After like 10 years how much that will be amount? Okay, you have to calculate. This is the money which you are giving to the bank and this is the money which the bank is giving you after n years. Okay, after n years you will be getting this much amount of money. What is the F वैल्यू? अरे यार, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का फॉर्मूला है भाई, बस कुछ भी नहीं है, मैंने कह दिया ना. वेर एवर यू सी द any diagram, just use compound interest formula. That's it. Your F value will be nothing but your P into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. End of story. You will be getting your answer. बस इतनी सी बात है. See, ऐसे छोटे ऐसे वैल्यूज देकर बच्चों को डरा देते हैं, बट ऐसी बात है ही नहीं है. You need not use any of this logic. Just use compound interest. Problem is finished. Okay. So, but in management, right, they want to complicate things. They are not like engineers. They don't like formula. तो वो लोग क्या करते हैं, बुक बनाते हैं, बुक में ऐसे वाले कुछ फॉर्मूला देते हैं. इफ़ यू हैव समथिंग लाइक दिस एफ बाई पी आई कामा एन देन यूज सो एंड सो वैल्यू एंड यू विल बी यूजिंग इट. ओके, हम क्या करते हैं, इंजीनियर लोग सीधा फॉर्मूला डालते हैं एंड यू विल बी गेटिंग द आंसर. सो लेट अस सी दिस ऑल्सो बिकॉज he can ask you, right? That's why I'm teaching you. Okay, so this I plus I whole to the power of n, whatever the factor you are multiplying your present value to get your future value, right, that I am calling it as single payment compound amount factor. Because if you are multiplying with this compound amount factor, you will be getting the amount which you are going to get in future. So I plus I whole to the power of n. Some people who are not good at maths doesn't like to represent like this, so what they do is they represent it in one of the other way. What is it? See, f is equals to p into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. So what will be 1 plus I whole to the power of n? That will be nothing but f by p, right? So f by p, and what are the variables I have? There are two variables, I and n. तो ये हो जाएगा मेरा i plus i whole to 1 plus i whole to the power of n. Okay, so instead of writing 1 plus i whole to the power of n, these people what they do is f is equals to p into f by p i comma n, इस तरह से लिख लेते हैं. Okay, so you just go with compound interest वाला formula, no need to remember. But in examination अगर कोई पूछ देता है single payment compound amount factor, what is the right denotation, you should be able to take f by p i comma n. Okay, that's why I'm teaching you. See, I have told you future value से हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. We have to convert actually the future value. Bank will say or some scheme will say मैं आपको 20 करोड़ दे दूंगा 20 साल के बाद, 2 करोड़ दे दूंगा 20 साल के बाद. टर्म इंश्योरेंस आ रहा है ना आजकल मार्केट में बहुत चल रहा है. You will be given 1 crore after 30 years when you are retiring, so much, so and so. So let us, what you have to do is you have to convert it into present value. So what you will do, the amount which is going to give you divided by 1 plus I whole to the power of n, just reverse of that formula. Now when you are doing it, your present value is 1 plus I whole to the power of n into f, right? So ये जो 1 plus I whole to the power of n जो भी है हम कहेंगे इसे single payment present worth value. Okay, so I 1 plus I whole to the power of n, that was compound amount value, and 1 by 1 plus I to the power of n, that will become your single payment present worth value, because you are getting p using this formula. So now tell me what is the denotation plus 1 for 1 this what is the denotation for 1 by 1 plus I whole to the power of n? Very simple. What is the formula you have? P is equals to f divided by 1 plus I whole to the power of n. So I want 1 plus I whole to the power of n. Just send f here. Just send f here. What you will be getting? P by f. So you will be writing P by f comma, what are the variables? I and n. So I comma n. देखा सिंबल आ गया ना. सो दैट इज द सिंबल फॉर योर सिंगल पेमेंट प्रेजेंट वर्थ फैक्टर. अगर आपको याद भी नहीं है, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का ही फॉर्मूला है, रीअरेंज कर लेना, एग्जाम में टिक कर देना आंसर. ठीक है. सो नाउ लेट अस सी इंटरेस्ट फॉर्मूला फॉर इक्वल पेमेंट सीरीज. अब आएगा मजा. मंथली एसआईपी में आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, सब म्यूचुअल फंड और some insurance scheme, then what will happen? See, with respect to time, every month you have to invest certain amount of money. सर आपको 5-5 हज़ार हर महीने देना पड़ेगा for next 10 years or so, and you will be getting your final money at the end of that 10 years. Okay, so diagram reverse हो जाएगा, because cash which is going out from you will be represented downwards, and cash at the end of 10 years जो भी आपको आएगा that will be represented by upward arrow. Okay, or if you are a bank, then this will be your diagram, the money which is coming into your system. For example, you are a bank, the money, this one is coming into you. Finally आपको कितना देना है? f amount देना है, the amount which you are going to pay after f years. Okay, like that. For different people different representation will be there. For a person इसका reverse आ जाएगा, the person who is investing, he is giving you giving, at the end he is getting this f amount of money. If you are a bank, you are getting this much amount of money every year, at the end you have to give this much amount of money. समझ में आ गया ना? हाउ टू डू? वेरी सिंपल. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का ही फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट फॉर ए अमाउंट ऑफ मनी. ओके, क्या हो जाएगा? ए इंटू 1 plus I होल टू द पावर ऑफ n. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट फॉर दिस अमाउंट, हियर he has to pay only for n minus 1 years, right? This is compounded for n minus 1 year. So a into 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1. So on you have to add, and you will be getting your f value. As simple as that. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का ही फॉर्मूला है, आप कर लोगे. ओके, इवन इफ यू डोंट रिमेंबर द फॉर्मूला, if the question is for 2 years or 3 years, आप इस तरह से करके easily you can get your answer. Okay, or you can get your present value also. See, obviously whatever you have to calculate in terms of present value, right? So what you are doing, you are giving certain amount of money. Obviously f value भी आपको पहचानना है ऐसे ही फॉर्मूला यूज करके, and p value भी आपको पहचानना है, because whatever you have to compare with respect to present value, right? So how to get, let us say this is a amount, this you are giving for first year, second year, third year. So how to get your present value? काफी simple है. See, what is your a is nothing but present value into 1 plus I whole to the power of n, right? This is the formula which we used to use. So what will be a1 will be p into 1 plus I whole to the power of 1. Agreed or not? So what will be your p value? P value will be a1 divided by 1 plus I. Agreed. So with respect to a2 क्या हो जाएगा? a2 क्या हो जाएगा? a2 is at the end of 2 years. So that will be p into 1 plus I whole to the power of 2. Actually better you can write p1, right? And this is p2. ये काफ़ी better रहेगा. Okay, so what will be p2? p2 will be nothing but a2 divided by 1 plus I whole to the power of 2. So similarly you can go for p3, p4, so on. If you add all this p1 plus p2 plus p3, what you will be getting? You will be getting the present value of the money which you are going to invest. So if you see properly, this will be in geometrical progression. तो आप सीधा फॉर्मूला लिख सकते हो, your p value is a 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 by I into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. ये फॉर्मूला डायरेक्टली आप याद रख लेना, ठीक है, ये फॉर्मूला आप डायरेक्टली याद रख लेना. 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 by 1 by I into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. This is called as uniform series present worth factor. Present worth factor नाम देख के आप टिक कर सकते हो. And obviously it is uniform series, right? You are paying uniform amount of money with respect to time. Okay, so obviously if present value is given, you can find out monthly how much you have to pay, or vice versa also. Okay, and how it will be denoted? Very simple. ये किस तरह से आप डिनोट कर सकते हो? See this, you can write it as p by a, right? So obviously you will be writing p by a comma, what are the variables you have? I and n. So I comma n. So this is the representation for uniform series present worth value. So instead of writing in formula, he will just write a, p is equals to a into p by a comma I comma n. So this will be easy for people who are not good at maths. Instead of seeing and getting scared when they see this formula, they can be okay while seeing this. Book में देख लेंगे what it actually represent. That will be representing this formula, and उसमें substitute करके आंसर और निकाल लेंगे. Okay, so this is about that, and you can find out what is your f value also, right? If you know how much money you are investing, same compound interest का formula है, you can find it out how much value actually you are getting. That will be a into 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 divided by I. So I will tell you, you remember these two formula more than enough. आपका सारा subject complete है. Only you have to remember two new formulas. Formula for p, a into 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 by I into 1 plus I whole to the power of n, where a is monthly money which you are depositing or yearly money which you are depositing. Okay, and f value भी आप पहचान सकते हो, a into 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 by I, आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. Okay, so this factor, right, we are calling equal payment series compound amount factor. And how you can represent? Very simple, you can write it as f by a, right? f by a आ गया, what are the variables you have? I comma n, end of story. अरे यार काफ़ी सिंपल है ना, तो कुछ टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत बिल्कुल है नहीं है. लेट अस सॉल्व वन प्रॉब्लम एंड यू विल बी मोर देन परफेक्ट. ओके, सो हाउ वी यूज इट इन सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, देयर इज वन बिल्डिंग एंड it is getting a rent of constant 4,800 rupees per annum. ठीक है, so 4,800 rupees you will be getting every year. So getting, right, तो डायग्राम रिवर्स हो जाएगा कमिंग इन टू यू. ओके, सो 4,800 रुपीज़ कॉन्स्टेंटली आपको आ रहा है एवरी ईयर. ओके, एंड द बिल्डिंग लाइफ इज 12 years. सो हाउ मेनी ईयर्स you will be getting this money further? You will be getting only up to 12 years. Okay, it is very clear, right? So you will be getting 4,800 into 12, this much amount of money you will be getting. If major repairs are done, if I am repairing this building, then the life will be increased by 15 further years. So you will be getting 4,800 4,800 4,800 for next 27 years. That is 12 plus 15, what is it? It is 27, right? So it is 27 years. So 4,800 rupees आपको आ जाएगा. I hope you got the point, right? So it will be economical. So he is asking, but for this whatever you are doing, right, repairs, it will cost you 25,000 rupees. It will be economical to do these repairs or not? He is asking us, and rate of interest is 6% per annum. Okay. So now the thing comes, if someone who doesn't know this concept, वो तो बोलेगा अरे यार मुझे तो बस 25,000 रुपये देना है for 15 years, I will be getting 4,800 rupees. Obviously this is somewhere huge, right? 4,800 into 15, that is roughly around like 60,000. उससे भी ज़्यादा है ना, 75,000 तक आपको मिल जाएगा. So obviously he will say, अगर मैं आज 25,000 देता हूँ तो मुझे 15 साल के बाद I will be getting 75,000 some amount of money. तो वो डाल देगा. But as you are a civil engineer, as you know that concept, now you have to calculate the present worth in both the cases when you are not repairing, and present worth when you are actually repairing. So how much you will be getting? Very simple, आप डाल लेना cash flow diagram. So you will be getting this much amount, PA you are getting what is the present value actually of these many years. So you know the formula, you just have to substitute a into 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. यही फॉर्मूला था हमारा, सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लोगे and you will be getting your present value as 40,242 rupees. Okay, now let us see if the repairs are done. Okay, if the repairs are done, what is the present value? Because it will be continuing for 27 years, right? So same formula हम use कर लेंगे and you are getting somewhere around 63,400 rupees. Okay, ये फॉर्मूला था. So if you are substituting, you will be getting 63,410 rupees. See here, your present value is just 40,000 rupees. Okay, if you are just allowing it to stay for 12 years, but if you are allowing it to stay for 27 years, your present value जो money आपके हाथ में है, that will be equals to 63,400 rupees. Super, right? But here there is a catch. You have to do certain rebates also, right? Rebates का cost कितना था? 25,000. So present value of the money which you are going to get at 4,800 rupees for the next whatever 27 years, right? Its actual value is 63,000 minus 25,000, that is 38,400 rupees. तो क्या हो गया, आप लॉस कर रहे हो खुद का. इवन इफ यू डोंट रिपेयर यू विल बी गेटिंग मोर अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, सो यू विल नॉट रिपेयर. दिस इज हाउ अ इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन विल थिंक अबाउट हिज मनी. आई होप यू गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट राइट. समझ में आ गया, परफेक्ट हो गया. यू आर ओनली वन इन इंडिया. आई अश्योर यू, नो कोचिंग सेंटर इज गोइंग टू टीच यू. ओके, मेडिसी चले जाना, कोई भी सेंटर चले जाना, आपको नहीं पढ़ाएंगे आजकल. सो आई हैव टेकन दैट effort and thought you and completed this syllabus from first word to last word. Now see you in the rest of the subjects of our target IAS. I hope you have enjoyed this, right? See you in our next subject.